Alright, welcome everyone. My name is Paula Phillips, also known as JournalArtista, and it's Saturday night over here on Ustream.tv. If you're watching it on YouTube, this is a live show with live viewers. They stream every Saturday and Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can just Google that, you can find me if you're in a different part of the world. So anyways, I had a big long talk about job hunting beforehand, which meant that I didn't prepare. Shocker. For what I'm gonna do. But I have this journal, and I said, last week that every page has a little something already on it, whether it's gessoed or random stuff. We've done a couple pages. These are the Christmas ones. I'm trying to find the one. I just was working on that. Trying to find the one I did on Wednesday. I think it was in this book. Maybe, maybe not. Should have had that prepared as well. I think we did it in here. No? Maybe? Could be stuck together. It's very humid here. Actually, we have storms right now. Thunderstorms. So hopefully that holds off. Oh yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday was extra hot. Today, with the rain, it was a little bit cooler. But, hey Janice. So hopefully there's no thunderstorms right now. It's been thunderstorming all day. So of course it's been hot, hotter than hot. Yesterday was in Fahrenheit 108 degrees. I'm dying over here. Well, not particularly dying, but it's hot and humid. That's the worst part. So Wednesday we just did the simplest page ever. I think it took me less than half an hour, even with the yapping. And I just wrote, I'm roasting, which is true. Which is true. So I think tonight I'm going to start again with a page that already has something on it and maybe work on a couple at the same time. In the other journal I'm working in, because all of us have about 10 going on at once. Thanks, Anita. I might do something on this page that I've been working on forever, and I couldn't figure out what I want to do on there, but I've got out my arrows. I got arrow foam stamps. I have an arrow Patty Tully pear stencil from istencils.com. I have an old arrow stencil from Crafters Workshop. This was a Julie Faye Van Balzer one. I don't know, could be discontinued right now. So I might work on both at the same time. I'm the type of person that, and a lot of you guys, I've said this more than once, I don't like to get frustrated on a page. Hey, Jamie, I very rarely do a page from start to finish, except for when I'm on here. And sometimes I struggle with that if you hear me getting worked up, because normally I just work, okay, so I didn't know what else to do on this one, so I'll turn it over and work on something else and then go back to it later. That's just my process. So I think today, we got a partially done page. We got some partially done stuff, and I think we'll work through that. Work through it's not the right word. Work with that. All right. So this already has. I can tell. I scraped a lot of craft paint in this book. Did I already say hi, Jamie? I'm not sure. Hey, Jamie. Uh, so these are scraped. Well, I think down here I was burning off on something, and these are scraped craft paints I was trying to use up. I got some really light white spots on there with some drippage. So I'm looking for a stencil to use. Oh look, I found my gel pen swatch sheet. You know what, my friends? While I'm looking for a stencil over here, I counted yesterday. I have now used up 26 gel pens completely. I'm proud of myself. Before, I would treasure everything. Like, I just love, I love to treasure things. And then what happens is that, ow, sweet love and goodness, that stencil bit me back. Ooh, that was bad news. Anyways, I like to treasure things, in my head. I think, oh, I don't want to use it up. It's a weird sickness. So it feels good because I have all these gel pens. I'm like, if I don't use them, what's going to happen is that they're just going to dry up. So I'm using them. Anyways, And I'm keeping them all. I don't know if I'm going to put them on a canvas or something, but I've kept every one of them. Okay, so I chose a stencil. That really hurt. A sharp edge of a stencil went right under my nail. Rats. So this is a Patty Tully Parish stencil. I think that, is this called Back and Forth? Oh, look at that. I got it right. You can find Patty's stencils on istencils.com, but you know me, I love me some arrows. So I'm just, when I think about this, I'm thinking about the rule of thirds, that I'm going to have this 2/3 into my page. Alright, so I've got a ballpoint pen. I would like to use a Bic pen, but who knows where one of those is, and we're not going to spend 10 minutes searching for one. So I have this one right here. Ooh, I do have a red one. Maybe I'll use the red one. This is actually a Bic Cristal pen. I think they still sell them. So this, you know, Bic, it's a Bic Bold, 1.6 millimeter. So that's a really big tip. And you know, for years I love to use ballpoint pens in my art journal. Firstly, because they write over everything, you know. Also because if you're using it for journaling, you know, on top of your page, if you're using blue, for example, it's very hard to see. So the journaling's there, but it's subtle enough that people can't read what you wrote, if that makes sense. But today I'm not worried about that. Today I'm just gonna use it. I usually like to use blue or black, but again, why I chose, so this is a big round stick, but this is a fine point. So the fine point versus oh, let's do this here. I know my camera might not pick it up. Maybe if I go like this. Anyways, it's a big difference. I think a fine point's what, 0.5? Alright, so let's go with this. And these Bic Bold pens, and they're probably really cheap right now for the back to school stuff. Comes in lots of colors. It's not just like blue, red, and black. It comes with pink and, you know, who knows what. So I'm going to start up here, and what I'm just tracing the stencil, but I'm really digging in. And I'm not worried if I don't follow it completely. You know, if my pen slips a bit, sometimes I make the pen slip a bit on purpose, because then it, you know, when it does slip, it doesn't tick me off too much. I make it messy on purpose. You can take your time though, if you're one of those people that like it. Linda, sometimes my chat goes fast. And I also appreciate everyone being here. So sometimes this takes a little time. I'm going to go fast. So what I was saying is, if you like things perfect, you can take it as slow as you want. You see I'm holding down. This stencil has some finer, you know, sections to it, I suppose. It's a finer design. So I'm holding down with my finger, the one that I'm actually tracing. So I know lots of us are enjoying the Olympics. I love watching Usain Bolt, of course. He raced for the first time today. He is Jamaican. Most people know that Simon is also Jamaican. So I'm not just on a bandwagon. I'm cheering for him because he's Jamaican. Not just because he's the fastest man, you know, right now. So let's hope he three-peats. I'm enjoying watching everything. Maybe except tennis. I heard a guy on the radio, and I think I said this on Wednesday, but he made a good point. Like, why are they putting tennis, you know, on prime time? You can watch at this right now. You can watch tennis on every weekend. You know what I mean? Like, it's not special. Like today they were showing on during the day they were showing track and field, like shot put and steeplechase and stuff that, you know, you only see in the Olympics. You can see tennis right now every weekend. But anyways, so he said it was like going to a food fair and eating McDonald's. So I'm not a big tennis fan anyways. I was just using that as an example. I'm enjoying watching. I've got it recording right now for the swimming for Michael Phelps' last race. And of course, the Canadians. I'm Canadian, so I love to watch the Canadians, but I like to watch everyone. All right, one more. I'm going to do a third row. Maybe this one I'll start. So did I start at the top there? I'll start again at the top. So it's taking a little bit longer because I'm glancing up at the chat at the same time. But again, I'm pressing pretty hard. And normally when I do this technique, I already have gesso down, right? Or some other, it's already got a coat of something. So right now we've already got a coat of crafty paint. Hi, Patty. Oh, Jamie, Jamie. Oh boy, we're supposed to be talking about the Olympics, Jamie. The Olympics. All right, almost done. Hopefully, the thunder. I don't know. I know some people, if there's thunder and lightning, they don't stream. But I don't know what to do. It's not thunder. I haven't heard any thunder right now, but it's supposed to be on and off all night. All right. Can you see it? Another thing about if you're using a ballpoint pen, and I really like Bics, um, it it is like Sharpies. It comes up through everything. You guys are bad news. They're talking about some of the new movies out. All right. So again, if you just came, I got just a scraped background that I've already had. I was using up some cracked paint. So I'm going to find, I've got some white paint here, but maybe we'll add another color. What do you guys think? What do you suggest? I mean, we've got green and red, sweet love and goodness. We've got some, ochre kind of color and some red, but I want to add a third color. So what do you guys think? Should I bust out, like, I don't know where don't ask me to bust out the color wheel. I don't know where it is. So what color do you guys suggest? While I'm waiting for the chat to catch up, I made some new bracelets. I haven't put them on my website yet, and this week, as I was saying before, I can actually come in at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I like to have a little chat before I start. So I made some new designs. They're not on my website yet. This one is chrysanthemum stone and some tree agate and different things that goes all the way around. Citrine. So I'm using less chips, stacking them up. So check out my website, JournalArtista.com. It says handmade gemstone jewelry. All of these, there's no glass or acrylic. All of my bracelets have, all of them are real gemstones, every single one, except, the odd spacer. Grammy wants purple. Well, I'm going to put black as the last, accents afterwards. So we've got Blade says teal, which he knows his art stuff. And Blade told me that he's coming back on Thursday nights. He streams on Thursday night. Hooker's green. I don't make this stuff up. Oh boy. So teal, I'll go for the teal. So Blade the artist, he streams on Thursday night, I believe 7 p.m. Central Time. Correct me on the time. but we love Blade and his art family. Oh, thanks, CB's wearing 3 of mine right now. They work. I was telling everybody that I posted my resume online on Indeed Thursday after watching my friend Music Scrap Jean. That's without an A. Um, and I put it online about 5 o'clock, and I got an email the next day from a headhunter for a position in the field that I worked in a competitor. It just blows my mind. So anyways, that's because I usually wear tiger eye. This one's tiger eye. I believe in this stuff. If you don't believe in the metaphysical properties, I understand. They still look good. Okay, teal. I'm going to use teal. And I will use black as accents later. Um, some teal. Well, bright aqua green's not necessarily teal, is it? We're going to do it anyway. Oh, I think I might have a nice Dilutions paint color that's, hold the fort. I think I do. Or is that one of the middle ones that doesn't? I always get confused. So we got turquoise, we got aqua, and then, teal, desert turquoise. Teal's kind of a separate color, isn't it? Bahama blue. Teal is subjective, I think. See, this is turquoise as well, but this is darker than this. We'll use the vibrant turquoise. We'll use the green. I laughed at Hooker's green because that's actually the name of the green. That's been an ongoing joke around here for a while. Since I've been streaming, because, I'm not, I didn't take art in high school, so I don't know the history of some of these art names and stuff like that. Yeah, 6:30, but that's 6:30. I think on my time is 7:30. 6:30 Central Time, Jonathan? Oh, thanks, Janice. Everyone loves their bracelet. I appreciate all that. All the, that you guys like them. Okay, so what I'm going to do, oh, this is thick stuff, my friends. I'm going to take you could use a palette knife, but I'm just taking a hotel key card or whatever you got going. So I'm going to scrape it down, and what I'm doing is pushing it into the, so when I scrape it, I'm, lots of times I'll scrape like this where I'm putting the card right, I'm bending the card, but I think this time I'm trying to scrape it, and what's happening is it's pushing the paint into the grooves that the ballpoint pen made. Again, it's also going to come up through a little bit. I think I might wipe some back and then put the different color a different way. Dilutions paint. So these are Rangers Dilutions paint. They're a different breed of paint, I'll tell you that. It's unlike any paint. And the only way I can usually describe it is it's like nail polish, but maybe thinner. It's very vibrant. It's, like I say, unlike any paint. So I'm going to wipe it back because I think I went a little too far over here. I'm waiting for Jonathan to answer. 6:30 Central Time, which I think is 7:30 Eastern Time, right? I'm so bad. So bad. So you can see it's already coming up. I need a baby wipe. But as I was saying, I appreciate everybody's kind words about the bracelets and that they are enjoying them. So what I was saying about Dilutions paint, and it looks like this, made by Ranger. If you watch Diane Reevely's videos, she says how quickly it dries, and I'll say it again. It is the slowest drying paint I've ever used. You know, and compare the way I use it, scraping it like this or whatnot. You know, she shows the technique where she's she's buffing a very thin coat of paint, you know, and any paint, if you put that thin of a layer, is going to dry quick. So that's not a knock on anything, because I love the paints. I love them a lot. I suggest them to everyone. It's just don't, if you do stuff like this, the reason I mention it is that it takes a long time to dry when you use it in this application. So don't I don't want everyone to think, oh, she says it doesn't, it's so quick to dry, but when you use it in a different way, it takes a long time. It's pretty smelly, yeah. Not as smelly as nail polish. Um, I'm just mean the consistency of it and how vibrant it is, like how highly pigmented it is. But you can take a whiff. It is smelly. But every acrylic paint is kind of smelly. But it does take a long time to dry. However, it's a little bit faster because I have the fan blowing right like this right now. You can see maybe not the, anyways, I was going to say you can see the baby white blowing in the wind. Um, yeah, so normally if I do this, wiping it back, I like to wait so that it's kind of halfway dry, so you get a nice distressed type of look. But if you wipe it off too soon, you're not going to see anything. Um, if you wipe it off too soon, it's just going to wipe off all the paint. If you wait too long, you won't be able to wipe it off. So it's a fine balance. So I try to check. And I'm always moving my baby wipe so that, if I kept wiping with this part, it's just going to move it around. Oh, it doesn't smell as bad as Dollarama paint. If you don't know, Dollarama is a store here in Canada, a dollar store here in Canada, and it sells some craft paint. Oh, my friends, it smells just like fish. It does. Ah, that's gross. I used all mine up. This quite possibly could be Dollarama paint. Am I too loud? Am I crackling? Um, but yeah, Dollarama paint. Bad news. Bad news. So, right here kind of looks muddy, right? So I want to take a clean part of my baby wipe or get a new one. Sorry, I had something in my eye there. Get a new one. It's funny. So see this? If you get the right wait time, you see how it's kind of distressed there? That's the, what I'm going for. Looks like on that side. But again, and the only way, you just have to practice. I always test a little spot, and if it's wiping the paint right back, right off, then just wait a little bit longer. But if you wait too long, you gotta put your back into it. Hey, I'm not saying that I think this is Dollarama paint. I'm not saying it's bad. I definitely believe in, you use the best quality you can afford. But I'm just saying it's smelly. It's all. So's this paint. There's a lot of paints that we use that are smelly. So again, it's looking a little sweet goodness, the fan is blowing my hair around my face and it's itching. So what I was saying, this is looking a little bit muddy the way I wiped it back. So again, I still want to find a clean part of my baby wipe. I'll turn it around and try to make it a little less muddy. And you can't wipe it back like this if you don't have a coat of either gesso or some other type of paint on top of, you know, if you don't have a coat of gesso or a coat of acrylic paint or a coat of anything down there, the paint's just going to sink right in. Literally sink right in, and you won't be able to wipe it off at all. That might be what's happening down here. Maybe I don't have enough, maybe there wasn't anything on it. So I'm just checking out how much paint. I haven't been to any of the back to school, except for when I was in Maryland. I did go to the Walmart. All right, so you can see the red, yeah, when your hair gets in the paint. Usually, we've been calling that for years fur ephemera. Was especially when I had a cat. When I had cats, the cat hair. I mean, Bella's hair. Bella can shed, but yeah, if you get a little cat fur or dog hair in your paint, we call that fur ephemera. It's all good. Or paint gets in your coffee or dilution spray. It's all good. So before I do anything else, I need to use my heat gun. I want to make sure it's completely dry. I'm going to say this and curse myself, but I've never drank my paint water, like my brush water. I have put brushes in my coffee, but never the other way around. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. So I'm looking at this, and I think I need some type of cream paint. And since our wonderful man Blade's in the room, Jonathan, we're going to have to use some Titan Buff. It's been our ongoing joke since pretty much I started streaming way back. I think it was I have the page actually close to me. Oh, that's bad news. So let's see if I can find it in the disaster I've got going on over here. I have pretty much every color of Liquitex Basics. That's titanium white. So sometimes it's hard to find the one you need. Hold the fort. Maybe I'll actually have to use the got this Liquitex Basics too, or as well. Let us see, is it right here? No, unbleached titanium. That may be what Liquitex Basics actually calls it, unbleached titanium. Actually, Golden calls it Titan Buff, just like our friend Blade. It's actually Titan. But when I first, like I said, when I first started streaming all this stuff, I didn't know the names of stuff. So I'm like, Titan Buff? What is this? And it just went on from there. Hey, Mika? Anyone that I missed? All right. So, like I said, Liquitex Basics calls it, what did I just say? Unbleached titanium. So I'll put a little bit on there. That seems like a long time ago, doesn't it, Blade? It was a long, well, if you're, we say it all the time, or I say it all the time. If you're new here, I've been streaming for 6 years, maybe a bit more. And so some of us have known each other a long time, and whether you're an oldie or a newbie, we love everyone. And if you're new here, if you're kind of lurking in the chat, you're more than welcome to lurk. But pretty much we're a good group. Not pretty much. A lot of us have known each other for a long time, and some of us not so long, and we love each one of us the same. So this type of group, our crowd is not we're not clicky. We're not a clique. We're just fibs, as we like to say, friends in the box. So if you're new, just jump right in. You're more than welcome. Don't feel, you know, in a couple days, you'll be writing all the jokes too. So don't feel intimidated to join the chat. But of course, like I said, you're more than welcome to lurk. Alright, so I think I've got a little bit going on that way. But I think this time, let us see. I'm going to take this other arrow stencil that Patty's, this is an 8x8 one. Let's see. I'm going to wipe it back through. And the fun part about this stuff is if you don't like it, if you're fast enough and you don't like it, you just start all over again. So this stencil, I think this one is actually just called Arrows. It's my birthday this week coming up. Not that I ever really celebrate birthdays, and I said this the other night, I don't like to be the, even though I do this, I don't necessarily like to be, I like to lead, but I don't like to be the center of attention. So, you know, I didn't have any birthday parties, not because I just didn't want them. I'm a homebody, shall we say. Alright, see how that looks. Maybe I need to do a few more down here. But I like to use the pen just for a little texture. Hey, Linda. And then if you're Debbie, I know Debbie's not in here right now. Debbie's ancient. I've known Debbie since for 12 years, 14 years, however long. Alright. Maybe still a bit more down here. Now, let's see. It's almost like I want to put more Titan buff right here. You know, it's sticking out. Look, these usually my friends in the box. Oh, there's Debbie. Usually my friends in the box tell me they see this, they see that. Doesn't it look like an elephant? Hi, Kella. Good to see you. Doesn't it look like an elephant? It's got a big snout, but or maybe I could just wipe this. See, it's. Let me just wipe it back a little bit. No, still want to add a little bit more paint. And I do suggest, you know, for most things, I really love Liquitex Basics paint. I know sometimes it gets sticky, especially in the humidity. Sometimes your pages might stick together. But Blade, Jonathan the Artistic Biker, told us a long time ago, just use a candle. I just use a candle. Seal it with a little wax when you're done. But Liquitex Basics, this is student grade paint, you know, but I mix it all together. I have no problem on a page to use craft paint, to use student grade paint, to use artist grade paint, to use dilution. Like, I mix it all up. But, what was I saying? But a good way to check paint out, if you see these little tubes, this is 22 milliliters. What would that be? An ounce and a half? There must be some of my friends in the box that don't know. But I'll show you here in a second. Let me wipe this a little bit back. Now I gotta add a little bit more of those other. Sometimes I can match it right back up. Let's see. Probably not tonight. If that one goes like that, that's a big one. That's sometimes it's upside down. Forget it. I'm just gonna wipe it off. You spray on car wax now, Jonathan? Through a mask, of course. You're wearing a mask, of course, right? You've got your PPE on. Hey, Jennifer. All right. So I still could have a little bit more there, but anyways, I'm not going to worry too much about this. Let's dry her up. Oh, so what I was saying about Liquitex Basics. You know, at Michael's, or I got this set in the States one time, in the US at AC Moore. But with a coupon, this happens to be the biggest set. But with a coupon, you can buy these little tubes to try it out. And maybe then you can see which colors you use the most, or that type of thing. But it's good. I've had these ones for a long time, and I don't think any of them have dried out. Could be wrong. I need to use these more up more. They're also good for traveling. But I especially love Liquitex Basics on my jelly plate. Heat gun. Oh, 30 milliliters in an ounce. So this is 22 milliliters. So it's just under an ounce. In Canada, we just use the milliliters. Oh, this is 79 at our local Michael's, but you could use a coupon, or is that with the coupon, Linda? There's different size sets, right? There's, 12, 24, 48. There's also, I saw at the art store, um, a set of PVOs, the same size, but the PVO brand. And the Artist Love's not my favorite paint, to be honest. Definitely not for jelly plating. I just haven't had very good luck with that. Okay, so more arrows. I think so. I've got arrows going that way. I've got arrows going this way. Well, this arrows go both ways. So this is an old Julie Faye Van Balzer stencil, as I was saying earlier. Just gonna use some black paint. I don't think I have any black crafty paint over here, but I use a little student grade paint over here. I need a makeup switch. Oh, I got a Q-tip. Not going to use that. I got a spouncer, which is like a little foamy thing. Oh, this spouncer's crusty. It's not the right crusty bits. What type of mirror? I don't want to know. Probably don't want to know the joke about the mirror. So this could be bad news, my friends. This could be some bad news. A little bit of black as an accent. So I'm not, see, look at, well, this might be an interesting look. I'm not trying to, I don't want to get like a line or, I'm not trying to make it perfect. Just kind of randomly spouncing away. But it's a hard job because it's crusty. A little bit of something, maybe not quite long enough. My poor spouncer. See what happens? I didn't clean it. I didn't clean it. It's bad news. It's working. Now let's see if I can shift the stencil. This is a repetitive pattern. Boy, my hands are shaky. Not enough coffee. So I think I wanted to go a little bit closer over there. One thing I believe in as well, or I like to challenge myself anyways, is use what's around me. The good thing for me is that everything's around me because it's a disaster. So, oh boy. Where am I going with the arrows page, Linda? Or just because it's lots of arrows? I think I'll need a tiny bit over here. And I take a peek, I just look like that. You know what? I've never, some of the dried brushes, because I'm the worst for leaving my brushes in water. And there's been an odd time, especially if I get into a depressive type funk, that I don't feel like doing any arting, then maybe coloring on the couch. My paintbrushes have dried up, or if I forget to put it back into water, my paintbrushes have dried up, and my wonderful friend Jane told me to put it in some hand sanitizer, and it worked. It really worked. I couldn't believe it. Jane was right. I've never heard of such thing. I mean, I know we use hand sanitizer to clean our jelly plates and stuff, but I didn't know it could like revive brushes. So we got a little thing going. Maybe I had too much black over there, making sure I hang it off the page. Better wipe this up. Keep going. I was wondering, Linda, I saw the picture. Are you the same height as Orla? Oh, that's hot. Oh, do not use hand sanitizer on clear stamps? Hmm, I wonder why. All right, I'm liking it. So see, using the pen just gives it a little, um, it makes it cohesive, right? To use, what's the right word I want to say? It's there, but it's subtle. Know what I mean, Vern? Night, Carol? It's there, but it's subtle. And it also does come up. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry for the light issue, but it's too dang hot to have all my fancy lights on. Okay, Anita. There she goes with the spoilers. Kathy thinks that my title should be "Which Way Should I Turn?" In my head, I was singing the song "Should I Stay or Should I Go?" Yeah, I love that song. But "Which Way Should I Turn" is a good one, because I probably will do a couple of art journal pages. I like arrows to begin with. Uh, now, the big question is how now. How am I going to write the title? What way? So I've rubbed off most of that turquoise paint. So one thing I like to do, I'll probably do a whole swatch right here, just a little bit of the turquoise paint to use as kind of a background. Now I missed whether Linda said that if she was taller or not. Because it looked like you were the same height as Orla, and I know Orla's a bitty thing as well. Alright, so I think I'll do a little stripe of the turquoise again. Then I'll think about how are we going to write the title. We got stamps. I can handwrite it. We got stickers. Too many options. If now everybody's talking in chat about their height. One thing with me, I know I say this a lot, I'm not afraid to cover something up I've already done. Oh, now that's a little bit too much. I gotta wipe that bad boy back. But I'm gonna wipe most of that back. Anyways, I definitely went too low on the page. Oh, so you are about the same height. I didn't know if you were bending over in that picture or if you were the same height as her. Okay, need your new baby wipe. That one's dried up. So because I went a little bit too low, I'm wiping it back before it dries a little bit. Probably a little bit too high over here as well. And then I'm going to wait till it dries, you know, halfway like I did up here and wipe some of it back so it's not so stark and it's not such a defined edge. So how am I going to write this? Let us see what we got going on over here. I do have this set. This is I found this at HomeSense, which is like Home Goods in forest green and script it with a fine line brush. Oh, sweet love and goodness, Blade. You're making it hard. Why can't I just stamp it? Hi, Jamie. Making it hard. Although I do have some paint markers that I don't know why Jean's probably watching the Olympics, so she's not listening to me, but I don't. Usually she tells me to use my paint markers. I have some nice handwriting, if I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. I'm gonna wipe that back here in a minute. I can also use a brush marker. Too many decisions. Or I can just stamp it. Night, Elizabeth. Time is at 10:21. Stamp it's the easy way out. Well, the easy way out would just be write it. That's a lot easier than, although I really do like the stamp set, it's a lot easier than, and this probably drives people nuts that I have it all mixed up. Who's driving, Night Anita? Who's going crazy because my alphabet's all mixed up? It doesn't bother me at all. But this does take a while to stamp out each letter. I should just bust out my markers, my paint markers while this is drying. And see what we got. See what we have. So, I got ginormous paint pens. I've got some, but I've got these little ones, thinner ones, I should say. We can find a color. And paint markers and I have a torrid relationship. Sometimes they work, sometimes not. Doesn't bother me. Just a little. Hi, Sherry. There's some things in life, like the time I would spend to put that in order is more time than just finding it when I want to use it. You know what I mean, Vern? Like, there's other things. I'm a big worrier as it is. There's definitely other things to worry about other than my stamps aren't in alphabetical order. Jane, you don't have to put them in order? I'm surprised that you would say that. So I'm just gonna wipe it back a tiny bit. See, again, the ballpoint pen will go through any paint, which is why I like it. Also part of the reason why I like it, I should say. See, the ballpoint pen's not coming up because I'm wiping it back. It just comes up through everything. Not if it's something like this. I can look at something like this and say P-A-U, well, the L's probably under here, L-A. You know what I mean, Vern? There's no difference. But if I take out a couple of letters to use, now they're all messed up and they're falling over, and I gotta forget that. Just say it. He done. Well, maybe it's not quite. Oh, I just ripped my baby. I need to buy some new baby wipes. That's another thing about moving. Can't really afford to move. Catch 22. Can't afford to move. But if I move, I can afford other stuff. Oh, now Gene, what is up with you people? With the spoilers. He done. Thanks, Jan. And that's the thing. It was all inspired by something that was already there, which is how I like to work. Well, Mika, am I pronouncing your name right, Mika? I'm just teasing you, Gene. Hey, Terry. If you were in my art room, you'd probably faint. Yeah, the heptathlon is crazy. Like, they do javelin, long jump, shot put, no, not steeplechase. Do some running. Do a lot of cool things. Oh, sometimes, again, I use the dilutions paint. When you use a student grade paint or something like that, it can get hot, my friends. You gotta be careful. Night, Ella. Hot. All right, this page just calls for it to be, but stamped, but I'm just gonna go with it. Now, again, I don't measure out words. Like, I'm not gonna say, like, I can just eyeball it. Like, I'll say, okay, should I stay or should I go? I like to do it in threes, so I'm gonna, okay, so what color? Should we just use black? I have all these choices, 15 different choices. I think red would look funny. Would it? It would be interesting. I bet you that pen will come up through that if I did that, if I did it on there. I got the Olympics recorded, so I don't have to watch commercials. Maybe I'll do it in red, and then maybe I can outline it. Oh, that's terrible, Jan. Oh, for sure. Scary, scary. Let's see, where can I test this bad boy? All right. Now, if I did which way should I go? I could do that because I am doing arrows. Then I could do another should I stay or should I go page. So again, which way should I go? Let's do it. Which way should... I like to stagger it, so that's what I'm thinking about. Which way should... Uh-oh. Can you see it? Maybe I needed a thicker... Maybe I'll do it over like a shadow with my ballpoint pen. What do you guys think? So if I had... This one's a medium tip. I bought these on Amazon. There's not a bit of English on here. It's all Japanese. So I think it does say that it's a 1.8 tip. I think this is the medium one. It's too bad I didn't have the size in between. Because it's pretty small. But I could, if I found without causing a ginormous crackleage, if I found, ooh, I even have some arrow tape. See, if I knew I had this, I would have put tape down and then wrote over the tape. Let's see. I need where ballpoint pen. I could use my food ball one and just go on top of it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think it's already dry. Let me just text. He comes. Hot. Holy smokers, that was hot. Let's see. I'll use the food ball on top. Which is hard because it's a smaller... My witch is a little off. Terry, is this the first time you met Blade? Now I need some splots. I probably could have done the words a little bit bigger, but anyways, can't change that now. But because it's so big, I think I'll stamp. I need to think about this, or maybe I'll add some red. Like if I go back in, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking, my friends. I'm not thinking. I'm overthinking is what I'm doing. Oh yes, you'll love Blade then. Hey Jean. But okay. Because so in my mind I'm thinking I need to put something here and here. Now whether I should bring up, well, even here, then it stops the rule of thirds. It's bothering me that I have a bigger space over here, but I'm probably being too picky. Maybe if I just do splots, and then I won't have to worry about it. Then I won't have to worry about it anyways. So what color splots should I put? Back to this cream color? Not the cream, the like yellow ochre type color. That's what I'm going to do. I do have some Naples yellow. It's kind of in between cream and yellow. That's what I'll do. Uh-oh. Simon has my spray bottle. You know, Grammy, I was actually thinking that. I was thinking in my head, to write should I stay or should I go, rather than you know, staggered, just right along here. It's almost time, Kathy, to edge it. You are right. You are right, my friend. I was just thinking that, just in black here, and then a couple times smaller here. So good minds think alike. If I thought about it and you thought about it, that must mean we should do it. Right? Let's see, should touch that. No, I'm just trying to think if I should use the feud ball again, if I should use a ballpoint pen, if I should use this pen. Too many options over here, my friends. Too many options. Well, this pen has too small of a thingamajig, so that one's out of the way. But I do have a pilot pen. Stop thinking, start doing. So, go. I do kind of draw it out. I was out. What about if I go, should I stay or should I go? I'm just gonna. Every time I start saying that to myself, I every time I think, if I say should I stay or should I go, then I start singing in my head. I'm writing a bit smaller. So that time I wrote should I stay or should I go. Now I think I might. I think I'll write one way more down here. And I'm going all, you know, I don't mind overlapping. I don't mind overlapping anything. So that helps. Definitely helps me. Thanks, Grammy. I think it needs one more time. I don't even know who sings that song. I know it. I think it's an 80s song. All right. Now I'm liking it. Now I'm liking it. Kathy's right. It's time to edge it. If I can find my black ink pad, the edger one. This is one of my newer ones. Where's my edger one? When I say it's a newer, I have a couple different black ink pads, because when you edge the pages, you know, it makes your pad shred. That's cobalt. And well, that's the really old one. We'll use that. So if I have a newer one that I use for stamping, the Clash. So I like to ink the edges. You don't have to. You could use paint. I just think it finishes it. Like I say, I've done it since my scrapbook. Well, even before. Anyways. The tricky thing is when you have a book that has a coil in it, you kind of have to tilt the book. And again, this is I'm actually wiping the coils right now with the ink pad to get it to go in the margin there. So again, why you don't want to use a brand new pad. Hey Sarah, you're not going on YouTube Live, are you, Blade? I don't like YouTube Live. That's just me, not saying it doesn't work for anyone else, or that's but I am gonna wipe off the coils a little bit. Okay, so again, back to this. I'll use some Naples yellow. Oh yeah, Simon has the spray bottle. I guess I could use some nasty paint. Have I considered dipping the coil edge in a sheet full of ink? Oh, then it would just ink them all at the same time? It would make a heck of a mess for me trying to do that, but it sounds like a good idea. Definitely sounds like a good idea. Now, let's see. My paint is so gross, but it's what we got. My paint, I mean my water. Oh, you are coming back to Ustream? I just find the chat a little frustrating, but like I said, to each their own. Ustream has been good to me over the years. Sometimes it's a little wonky when they, you know, sometimes it has some growing pains, but so a few spots. So I still have some stuff, some splattered left, so I'm just going to find some of my other either leftover journals, or this splot's going everywhere. Doesn't bother me. I have, let's see. Speaking of Blade, I made this. Jonathan, the artistic biker, likes to make his journals out of paper bags, and so I made one out of some Lush bags. I think he just makes them out of grocery sacks, but in Canada, we don't have paper. Well, I've never seen a store that has paper grocery bags. When I do this, I'm splotting up everything, and I'm not even, maybe I have to be more gentle. As I tell Bella, gentle. When she tries to paw at my arm to get me to pet her, so she doesn't scratch me. Hey, Iffy, I don't like to waste paint, so I have all these journals around me, some of my leftover journals, and alright, clean up my non-stick mat. I still got 1043. So that's, I'm pretty happy with that. And we got some cool texture in the background. Got some stamps. Sorry, stencils. Heat gun. Now, Jonathan does his bookbindings like the official, I don't know, Coptic stitch or whatever. This girl, I stuck them all together, and where's the inside here? I didn't know what I was doing. I poked some holes, and I just weaved in and out and in and out about 5 times. And so you can see, and I used the dental floss. I was just going, what do they call that? Chain stitch? It wasn't an official bookbinding. Let's just say that. It works, sticks together. He done. This might take a while to dry, actually. Sometimes the spots. Take a while. And the fun thing about the Lush bags, still smells like Lush. Mm, it still smells so good. Okay, put that off to the side. You see, we got some. Now, I was thinking about this page, or I have been thinking about this page for a while, and that's how you bind your books too, Sherry. I'm not the only one. It's not even pamphlet stitch, Mika. It's not even pamphlet stitch. It's just, it's just, it's because pamphlet stitch is the. I'm just going like this and then back and then like this. The hole drill, that's called a McGill screw. I think it's a screw punch. It's called. Screw something. Drill punch. Maybe it's called a drill punch. I like it better than the whatchamacallit. I have a few of them. Japanese screw punch. Because I found out sometimes a Japanese screw punch, it moves. Like, I'm not so good at that. But I think it might be called a paper drill, actually. I'll have to find out. I think it's around here somewhere. Oh, hold the forts right here. Look, some things I can't find, and then other things. It's a McGill adjustable paper drill. Paper drill. When I looked on Amazon, I didn't see them, but I didn't look at the third party. It's old. Like, I got this a long time ago, so. And it does have like two or three of the. Yeah, see, one time, McGill, McGill, McGill. But yeah, what are those blade? What's that drill? What are those called? I was talking to Janice about it and Jane, and it's like this, and it's got it could be a drill, it could be like it has different attachments on the front. Yeah, if I can find it, Jane, I'll put it in my Amazon store. But there's a name for one of those drills. You know what I mean, Vern? It's, oh my gosh, a Dremel tool. That's right, Debbie. When I get some money, eventually I might have to ask for that for Christmas from my mom. A Dremel. That would work for drilling holes in a book, right? So I was going to work on this page, but now that I put some spots on it, that's going to take forever to dry. So, not like I don't have another ton of things that I can do, that I can work in. I'm still working on this bad boy. This book is one of what I call my leftover journal, which it started out as a I think 11 by 14, the 11 by 14 mixed media journal that I just had like roll off or some jelly plate stuff. Mother Hubbard lives in a cupboard. Oh, I know you do, Jonathan. I know. So anyways, there's some pages in here. When I say it's a leftover journal, it starts like this, but if I have leftover paint or whatever I'm already using, obviously here I had been using a Tim Holtz stencil and some blue paint, so I just put it in there. But I have added some things to other pages, like this is one of my You know, one of the mandalas I colored with some jelly pens, some gel pens. I have a couple of Japanese screw punches, more than one, and one of them was expensive. But sometimes, like you really have to have that straight up and down, or else it, for me, it starts going wonky. But I guess too, it helps. Like Jane has that fancy bookmaking thing we do. So, anyways, I have worked in some of this. Like on these pages, I added that, and I added the stencil. I forget what it's called. And I do have some more mandalas I colored with the pens. And I don't know why I stuck that one in there because it doesn't really go. But again, all of this is just leftover stuff. I think did I want to cut this one to go there? I can add some more layers to these. Some of them have lots of layers, like this particular page, for example. I just like it is. If I put some, you know, ink the edges, add some splots, good to go. But it does, I think it was this one that I kind of like just on the edge. A cradle. That's right. No, I got alls, I got this, I got all that stuff. But this one I just stapled. So, hi Leanne. This one I just stapled. So that's even worse. Hey Vicky, don't like that. There's a nice blue page over here. But some, you know, some of them just, they're organic. Lots of times I don't even think about it, and some pages just end up looking so nice. And all it needs, maybe put a magazine image, something, you know, when something calls to me. I don't know what's calling me my name right now. I did bring out, if anyone remembers, I did bring out this girl. Looks like Madonna, but I don't think it would be right for any of those pages. I do have my cats that I colored with pens, but I'm not sure these fluorescent ones go with anything in here. My fluorescent cats. I could add some more pages to that. That's got some light molding paste on it. It might kind of go here somehow. I also got my bird. Also got my fluorescent bird. Anyways, I just had a thought. And I can't remember what my thought was. Oh yeah, I'm gonna add some more pages to this. More pages, more layers. I have all my mandalas over here. Draw a cat. I was just last week. Wasn't it just last Saturday, guys? Because I was showing some art journal pages, and I was talking about that one page that you told me I drew a cat, he said, and then you did that other awesome page. Is that one on YouTube? Right, Linda? Your response page, is that on YouTube? I'm sure it is. Can you get the link to that? I want everyone to see that. That show was amazing. I know some of us were there live, and about had a heart attack, and this is all upside down. I'll show the page that it's around here somewhere. Oh yeah. So I did this page. Draw a cat, he said. So I drew a cat, or the best way I could. This looks like the cat that's halfway turning into McGonagall, Professor McGonagall. So I did this page. Love how it turned out. See, I need to draw something like this on one of these pages. So Jonathan did an answer page, if you will, and I'm telling you, no offense to anyone else, that was one of the best streams I've ever seen. It's like, it was like what's that movie, The Sixth Sense? You have a shock. I mean, you just gotta watch it. You really do have to watch it. I'm waiting for Jonathan to put up the link. He might have one that's fast forward and doesn't. He has a couple different ones where he edits it out. You know, sometimes he's talking to us. Sometimes it's just fast. He does all that editing stuff that I don't do. I need to work on some of these other pages, the other sides of this, and then bind them. But everyone, once he puts it in, I want everybody to open it up, bookmark it, and then go back and watch it. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. It was really cool. So what I think what I'm gonna do, this is those markers. Don't want to use the markers. Now where's my box that has all my hold the fort? I just used them the other day. I'll just use the portfolios. There's 500 videos. Oh my word. See, you know. Alright, so I'm working on, this has a Patty Tully Parish. If you can see, these are pictographs or Patty stencils. One of my absolute favorites, of course. So I was using that on a different art journal page. And again, because I don't like to throw anything out, there was leftover light molding paste. And let me show you the original page. I happen to have it right here. See, I need to put some wax on these pages. So we did this page. Are you putting in the link? Sweet love and goodness. So anyways, we did this page with the light molding paste, and there was some left over. So I put it on some random background. And so I think I'll use some, where did they go? Some portfolios. I'll post it on. If Blade tweets it at me as well, then I'll retweet it. So anyways, I got some portfolios which are also water soluble, but I'm just going to use them as oil pastels. Now, so we got some weird purplish going on, a little bit of blue. I scraped some orange over it, so I guess I'll add some blue back in here. Let me see what colors I do. And these are made by Crayola. They are water soluble as violet. Cerulean. But they are very cool. You need them. They are not expensive. They are creamier than any other, I shouldn't say any other, but they're oil based. Rather frozen. Hold the fort. I have to cut it. The cover on it is so thick. Like, it's not, you just can't rip it. So I had to get it started with some scissors. Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm just going to put some around. No, Smudging. This could go really bad. Could go really wrong. Real quick. So I think at first I'm just going to go all wonky with it. Then I'll try to rub it in. Well, some fur ephemera. I just like to, you know, when I work on these pages that already have leftover stuff in it, then I add some layers, see where it takes me, then maybe I'll work on something else. That would be my normal process. Which, you know, the other page didn't take so long, so I'm just gonna work on random stuff. So if random stuff bothers you, then this may not be the best part of the this part of the stream might not interest you, because right now I'm just playing. This is what I would be doing if you guys weren't here. But I'm glad you're here. I appreciate everyone's here. But I do have I have a water brush going on. Well, I have more than one water brush going on. Let us see. Those are too fine tipped. This is a Prima one. Does the Derwent one have water in it? Because it will be easier to kind of move around if I add a little water. And again, my spray bottle. We've been spraying the dogs because it's just so dang hot. So, you know, if it's 108 degrees outside, or it felt like 108 degrees yesterday, I picked up Asha, and my goodness, she was so hot. But it's like impossible, you know, the only thing I don't know what else to do other than add some water, like spray her with water. I mean, that's what's cooling me down, right? So, wet her fur, and I mean, she's completely shaved. All right, let's add a little bit of water. So if anyone else has any ideas on what else to do to cool the dog off, I mean, I guess maybe I could buy one of those swimming pools. But you know what? My aunt, they're probably expensive. My aunt and uncle, they just got 2 new puppies, but they have an older German Shepherd as well. And they have this pad. They have this pad that a cooling pad, which I've never heard of or seen before until then. But I don't know if they're super expensive or what. But like I said, all I can do is kind of spray them down. Poor things. Or put them in the bathtub, put them in front of the fan. So these, you know, Crayola portfolios, you can use them with water or without water. Boy, I'm making a muddy mess going on over here. But you can't, you know, for me, I always say, if you don't try it, you're not going to learn, number one. And the best way, you know, to learn something is in your art journal. If you can't do it in your art journal, where are you going to do it? Yeah, you have what for one of those cooling blankets? A wet bandana and put it in the freezer and put it on. That's a good idea because she got a little bit actually. I can find a bandana. She got a little tiny one when she got her grooming. She got her hair cut. Like I said, because there was no, there was no, her hair's, she can't have a bow because her hair's too short. Boy, I can't spit it out. Let me see. Maybe this isn't working the way I thought it was going to work. Probably because there's already that, you know, there's orange paint. It was not only scraped on the paper, but it was scraped over the light molding paste. So what's happening is the oil pastel or the water, this is water soluble. So, but even if I was using a water soluble crayon, it's not going to sink in because there's paint already on it. But yesterday was so hot. I took a ginormous towel. I mean, one of the biggest, one that goes from my chin to my calves, mid calf, and I'm gonna put some white paint over it, see what happens. And I completely wet it, and then I put it all over my from my chin to my, and I just sat on the couch completely. No, I wasn't, and just cooled off, like sat in front of the in front of the fan. It's the only way I could cool off. What day was yesterday? Yeah, Friday. Oh yeah, I went out with my mom in the morning, and then it was. I'm trying not to complain, but I don't have air conditioning, and man, oh man, it was some serious bad news, my friends. I guess I don't want to put my blue fingers in here. Oh, that must have been Blade tweeting at me. I don't know how hot it was in here, but and just sticky. Oh my word. I didn't say it. Gee. I wasn't though. I had a towel. It felt so good, let me tell you. There's no relief from it. That's the hard thing, right? Like there's just no, I mean, no wonder, like in the city of Toronto when they have those, they're called heat, when it's so hot, like right now it still feels like over 30, I think it's 33 degrees Celsius, which is about 100, I think. And so it's not cooling down at night, right? So when it's not cooling down at night, it's just it's just compounds. Compound. So here we go. We're making a hot mess. But I did learn something. I learned that, because the light molding paste already had a layer of paint on it, it's not going to absorb any type of water soluble crayon. I learned that. Heat gun. He died. What? Oh my goodness, Jean. Have you been drinking? Been drinking. Oh my word. Okay, this is going to be hot. I think I'll do another color over it. What do you guys think? what, Dan? There's Dollarama beer? What do you mean? Like root beer? You know what they had at Dollarama that I've never seen before? Was corn on the cob in a package. Like it was, and you know, like it's, I don't know what, it's got to have some serious preservatives, because it was like shrink wrapped, 2 ears of corn, and like it was the strangest thing. I've never seen corn like on the cob preserved like that. I mean, I guess if you preserve regular corn in a can, I suppose it would be no different, now that I think about it. Night, Mika. I just never seen it before it died. Like to me, it was just the craziest thing. It just looked kind of gross. Hey, Bart, did you see that corn? It's just strange. Just saying. I think I'll try some Dilutions paint in this London blue. I'll have to take a picture the next time I'm at Dollarama. I mean, I suppose they can really preserve anything. No, no, it's not in a jar. It's like shrink wrapped. And it's got juice in there, but it's shrink wrapped around it. Like, what, what can I compare it to? It's like suction, so it's in a bag that's all the air's been taken out of it, but you can see the cob. Oh, it's not frozen either. It's on the shelf. It's in these bags. I'm gonna take a picture next time I'm there. So I'm waiting for this to dry a little bit, and I'll wipe it back again, see if we can, what it'll look like. Oh, I hear the rain. Is it the kind you pop on the cob? Pop on the cob. It's a corn on the cob, like on the cob, corn. Like, it's not frozen, because frozen wouldn't be, you know, preserved like with the juice. Virginia Googled it. Oh boy. It's bad news is what it is. I think I'm making mud over here. I keep thinking, just a few more layers. I can bring it back. I can bring it back. I think I need a lighter color. Maybe I'll go for a lighter blue next. But the rain's not helping with the heat. It's just making it 100% humidity. You just Google Dollarama corn. No, links aren't. Hold on. Hold the fort. Looks muddy. The things we talk about. Hey, Terry. All right, links are on. Hey, Tam. CB was here. CB, are you watching chat? So far I can start seeing a little bit of build paint, you know. So, uh-oh, this is bad news, my friends. Bad news. That's a staple. But I did do the pamphlet stitch. There must have been the staples, and then I decided I needed the pamphlet stitch on top of it. Boy, I'm making a serious hot mess going on over here. It's muddy. It is very, very muddy. I'm gonna dry this and add some yellow. I'm just playing right now, guys, so pecan. Yeah, if it was just corn and water. Well, what's in a can of corn? But canned corn, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. When I eat some canned corn, I actually really like canned corn. Yeah, Di, you probably wouldn't want to look, that's for sure. Let's see, I'll do some yellow. I think I'll do some dilutions yellow and see if I get the hot mess. But maybe because, like, when you can something, don't you, like, do something, doesn't it do something in the water? I'm the worst. I should know these things, right? Let's see, yellow coming from this side. Yellow is very, very tricky. Tricky business, this yellow. Because most yellow is translucent. So, you know, you don't really get yellow. You get other muddy, strange colors. The guy in the video says there's no preservative. It's cooked and vacuum packed. Hmm. It lasts for a year. I can put it up. No, I guess I can't ship that across the border. I wonder if it's made in China. I mean, here we are. It looks bad. Maybe it's good. Hey, Sandy. Good to see you. Yeah, there's the corn. There was a sale when we were at, when I was at the grocery store yesterday. 20 cents an ear of corn. This is Ontario grown corn, so it's really good. It's fresh right now. And there was just like, I'm not even exaggerating, 20 people, because it was, I think, 20 cents an ear. Like, do you call them shucking? Is that the right term? Well, they were cleaning the corn anyways. Night, Janice. And so their whole there peeling it, peeling. I would be like, screw that. Do that later. Like I'm not. But corn on the cob is good too. I had some corn on the cob when we were in Maryland. I hope it wasn't in that bag. Corn from Thailand. Not saying it's bad, but I just think it's interesting. Alright, didn't I have a wet baby wipe? Like Jonathan? Corn on a cob in a bag from Thailand when we live in Ontario. Oh, it's really raining right now. Alright, let's see if I can wipe this back, or is it just going to still make a muddy mess? I guess I don't want to wipe it all back. I want to see some of the blue through the stuff. I'm making a hot mess. But up here, night's in. What else can we talk about? Corn. See, now this yellow is turned. This is getting out of hands, my friends. I am seriously tempted to put some black over it. It's just, if it's going to be muddy, you might as well take it to the max. Be gone. My guys are making me hungry. I didn't have dinner. I see Fiona in the chat. Nothing better than calling people out that are in the chat. Yeah, sure, I gotta work through the uglies on this. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. My stepfather has green beans growing in his garden. Yeah, we got some good farmers markets around here too. I mean, I know they have good vegetables, but they have these really good Jamaican beef patties. Oh, they're like fresh. Delicious. Oh, it's so hot. Okay. I'm gonna seriously just put black over it and see what happens. Put some black over it, wipe it back. If it doesn't work, calling it a night. See, and that's it. I give up. Time to move on to another page and another day. This paint is kind of strong smelling too. Can you tell I'm at the I give up type of phase? And that's like I said, there's one thing, I want my art to be fun. So if I'm feeling frustrated, then that's it. Like, it's no fun for me. But I appreciate everyone being here tonight. We didn't have any lightning or thunder. Night, Linda. I'm still drinking coffee, but I haven't had dinner. Probably not a good combination at 11:25 at night. Alright, let this dry a bit. I really need some baby wipes. This is bad news over here. Like I said, it is drying a little bit quicker because I got a fan going almost right on it. I can just hold it up like this. Oh, oh. Dropping all my mandalas. This could be a disaster. See, it's wiping too much off, so I know I haven't waited long enough. See, a grizzly bear. Before I wiped it? How many baby wipes did I use today? Oh. I'm trying to leave some of the stuff down here, like these little bits of black, but I'm trying to pretty much get that black down. And I could just use some paint like on my finger and go over it. I just made no sense. I'm trying to wipe the black right up. That still didn't make any sense. Trying to wipe off all the black paint up here. Sweet loving goodness. Just because it looks a little muddy. Seriously. Do, 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 do. I'm gonna dry this weekend. Oh, that's super hot. Super, super hot. Now this is the middle of the book, so I can do this pretty freely. So I'm going to take some white ink. I'm going to do some drippage, although I don't have any water. Oh, noes. This could be very bad news. Rats. Very, very bad news. Uh-oh, moving the camera. I have all these spray bottles and no water in it. No water in it. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, let's see. I could spray it with some dilutions or something. Different color of dilutions. Uh-oh. Grab the wrench. Got some white dilutions. Somewhere. Oh, there's the white distress spray. Craft the land. Okay, that's when you know it's almost time to go. Oh, oh, this one hasn't even been opened. That must mean I have more than one. No straws. I don't think sushi tastes bad. It's just that I can't take the texture of it. Okay. White spray everywhere. Everywhere. This is where I need a straw. Excuse me while I blow on it off camera. Frazen, I need some water. This might be an old Simon moment. He won't be able to find it. Well, what do they say? Like necessity, like what is that word? Invention. I got some water. I have some water in here. So, I'm going to take the water out of this and put the water in here. Here we go. Necessity is the mother of invention. I knew it was a quote. Okay, this is probably the stalest water ever, but we're good. Now, see that ink? Because the ink is, oh. Now see, that's too much. Now that I had that Tim Holtz spray, I guess I have to go this way, going off. Oh no! Not on the mandalas! down out of my colored mandalas. Oh my goodness. Spray everywhere. We got an emergency. My mandalas are getting spray on it. Which I wouldn't care, but they're my colored ones. My gel pen ones. So I'll spray it this way, see what happens. But yeah, the Liquitex ink, by the time I got the spray situation under control, is pretty much dried because it's acrylic. Oh no, I did it again! Razor fuzzies. Ugh, just take it out. The glitter. Okay, this is just getting out of hand now, my friends. Getting out of hand. I still didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. There's working through the uglies, and then there's just like, okay, it's time to give up. Then there's time to just give up. Well, see, that was the distress ink, right? Because the distress ink doesn't, when you spray it, like it doesn't spray in a line. Yeah, this is a great show. Why? Because it's a comedy show at this point. It's a comedy show now. That's a hot mess. That is just a. Let me see. What'll happen if I dry brush? Well, then your brush isn't dry anymore. Now it's just getting sprayed again. I don't have much spray left, so if any, I used it all. Alright, what other colors of spray do I got going on down here? I just dipped. Oh, sweet goodness. I just dropped the exact same thing I dropped before. Oh my goodness. I think it's about that time, my friends. It's about that time. This is, at least we had a successful first page. We can call that a success. The rest of this is just bad news. Bad news all over the place. So what do? Just keep making more mess. I'm going to put it this way this time. Then you're just going to, once I've just gone this far, I might as well keep going and figuring out, how worse can it get at this point? Right? Can't get any worse. Oh no! Okay, yeah, it's time. Am I on camera now? Okay, well, I just inhaled that distress spray. Just saying. So in hopes I'm trying to have it pool around those letters. Or that's what my thought process was. How much more of a mess? No wonder everyone's bailing. Or now it's a comedy show. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got all this drippage over here. Move that around a little bit. Oh boy, it's all on the other side too. Oh, sweet loving goodness. We got Blots everywhere. So this is what we got going on. Terry, I don't know if Virginia's still here, but that's a good one. That is a good one. Okay, let's see what happens. I got all these innards. Because Sean's like, back away from the fridge. See if I just wipe it off. I think, you know, I never gesso any pages, but I'm this close to saying, yep, gesso definitely is my friend at this point. So, spraying doesn't work. Painting doesn't work. I would like the crazy dogs if the dogs had, if it had a pug. Why doesn't he have a pug? Somebody emailed him and asked why he doesn't have a pug. Like, there's no other cuter dog than a pug. And pug, like cartoon pugs, are even cuter. Cartoon, oh my goodness. Do, 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 do. I'm not a quitter. That I shall say. I'm looking for a foamy stamp. That one's not big enough. Hey, Jennifer. I'm just gonna say, screw the pictographs. You're not working with me tonight. Just start stamping. You know what it is? I'm hungry. I'm hangry over here. Don't mess with someone when they're hangry. See, it's got another random. I just want to clean up the rest of this paint over here. This is just another leftover journal, so anyways, I do appreciate everyone being here. Have a Snickers. Yeah. Okay. Well, we did have one success tonight. I'm happy with this. I'll work on that other one. You had high hopes on what? On this page? You being sarcastic with me? Are you just being mean over there? This just mud. I should just, that's why I put blue. Brown and blue. Paint over it. Ignore that the pictographs are there and just do what a regular thing is. Night, Jan. What happened to the starving artist? Oh my word. Oh, you're talking about the iPhones. I like Android. I do the Android. And here I am looking for something else to put back down. Heat gun. It's gonna take a while to dry though. You know how much art supplies I used? How much, I mean, what, my word, paint, and it all started with the portfolios that didn't do anything, and I don't know how many layers of paint that didn't work, and ink that didn't work, and spray ink that didn't work. I used enough mediums to do 3 pages with. Now I'm going with the PBOs. I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm calling it a night. Thanks for being here, Cheryl. I'm going to add a little PBO so it doesn't look as muddy. Hopefully, give it a little sheen. And then I'll add some white on top with some other stamping or something. Not tonight. Sorry, when I meant PBO, not sheen, give it a little iridescence. You're not going to be able to see it because of my lights on here. You see kites? The PBO, this is iridescent violet blue. So when it dries, you know, you'll see the, you can't see it because all you see is shine. What's an awful sound? Feedback? Oh no. Oh, that's bad news. Uh-oh.